What if I told you that you could master the art of argument by digging into just one powerful exercise? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. So, how do you actually learn to build a truly persuasive argument? The answer, or at least a really good one, comes from this book, La Forma del Ensayo, by Ray Luna Rodriguez. What's great about it is that it doesn't just get stuck in theory. It gives you a real, hands-on method to take arguments apart and, build them back even stronger. I mean, really think about it for a second. When you read something that actually changes your mind, what is it that's doing the heavy lifting? Is it the cold hard data, a personal story that you can really connect with, or maybe a powerful appeal to a value you both share? Just being able to spot these different tools is the first real step to becoming a sharper writer, and frankly, a sharper thinker. And that's what makes this book's approach so darn effective. It's not just some collection of abstract theories. It's a practical guide that actually blends classical rhetoric with a bunch of very specific exercises, and they're all designed to help you build real autonomy in your writing. Okay, so let's dive into one of these exercises. This one perfectly captures the book's method. This is where we learn to see the very building blocks of persuasion itself. See, instead of just talking about what a good argument looks like, the book makes you get your hands dirty. You analyze real sentences and you classify the specific kinds of proof they're using. And this is an incredibly useful skill. I mean, whether you're a student trying to write a better essay, a teacher trying to explain rhetoric, or really just anyone who wants to think with a bit more clarity. The whole analysis really starts with one core distinction. You just have to ask, is the proof artistic? Meaning, was it created by the writer's own reasoning and language? Or is it non-artistic, something that relies on external evidence that the writer just presents, like hard data or unknown fact? So here's the framework we're going to use. For every sentence, we'll identify it, we'll classify it as artistic or non-artistic, and then we'll pinpoint the specific type of proof. You can think of it like we're detectives, but for arguments, looking for clues in every single line. All right, let's see this whole framework in action. We're going to break down this short 4-sentence paragraph about economics. It's amazing because it packs a bunch of different argumentative moves into a really small space. Okay, here's our first sentence. It's a really powerful statement, right? A huge claim about the pandemic's economic fallout. But what kind of proof is it? Well, the crucial thing here is that the persuasive power comes from an external source, the World Bank. The writer didn't create this fact, they're citing it. That makes it a classic, non-artistic proof. And the specific type is what the book calls a dato, which is just a fancy word for a piece of hard data. Its authority comes from documented fact. Now, let's look at sentence 2. You can feel the shift in tone, right? This isn't a statistic anymore, it's a conclusion based on a premise. So this is an artistic proof. The specific term is enthymeme, which is basically just a compressed argument that leaves one part unsaid so the audience can fill it in. The implied logic here is, because market failure hurts people, therefore a neutral state is an irresponsible one. That whole line of reasoning is created by the writer, not pulled from some report. Now for sentence 3. This one carries some serious moral weight. It feels less like a logical argument and way more like a declaration of principle. And that is exactly what it is. This is another artistic proof, and it's functioning as a maxim or a moral principle. Its persuasive force comes from how it distills a really complex idea into a memorable, powerful statement that feels universally true. It's designed to stick with you. And finally, we have the 4th sentence. And here, the author brings themselves directly into the argument. It's a total shift. This is such a brilliant move. It's an artistic proof that relies on ethos, the credibility of the speaker. It persuades by highlighting who is speaking. It combines professional authority, as an economist, with the undeniable power of personal testimony, what I saw on the ground. So, we've broken down all the individual pieces. Now, let's do the cool part. Let's put them all back together and see how they form the full structure of the argument. And here you can see the whole strategy laid out. The author starts with an undeniable fact, a non-artistic proof, to ground the whole argument in reality. Then from there, they pivot to artistic proofs. First, a logical conclusion, then a powerful moral statement, and finally, a claim to personal authority. This isn't random. It's a deliberate sequence where each sentence has a very specific job to do. And that is the fundamental takeaway here. A strong, persuasive essay is not just a string of opinions. No, it's a carefully constructed machine, built from different kinds of proof, and each one is chosen for its unique force and function.
Understanding that structure, that's the key.
And this is the ultimate goal of all the guided practice in La Forma del Ensayo. It's to equip you to build these kinds of argumentative machines for yourself, with intention and with real effect.
So, if you want to write with more force, more precision, and more clarity, this book really does offer a clear path. It's just a fantastic resource for students, for teachers, and honestly, for anyone who believes that good arguments really matter. And it all comes back to this simple but incredibly powerful process. Don't just write. First, learn to see. Read the arguments all around you, analyze their proofs, and truly understand their structure. That is where better writing actually begins.